dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you.
Being the 6th of July 2022, it is indeed a beautiful morning on the continent of Africa. This is your Chief Abundance coming to you at 6:17 in the morning. There is a time and a place and a season for everything under the sun. There is a time to gather stones and to throw them away. There's a time to live and a time to die. A time to cry and a time of joy. A time to gather and a time to scatter. There are no permanent season. There are no permanent era. All too shall come to pass. We are quite fortunate that we are at a period in the world history that only we have experienced. Only we have experienced. And that is the blue economy. An opportunity that levels the playing field, that does not require last name, first name, education, color of skin, texture of hair, height, weight, nationality, tribe. It does not require any of those, because we have seen in the industry that the educated, the businessman, the dropout, this era has equalized everyone. Once we can think different, because that is what this industry or era requires. Thinking the opposite. And this is the shocking statement when it comes to season, that what is not done during the time of the opening, because every season is an opening, when it closes, it will be terrible for those who missed it. I said it is going to be terrible for those who missed it. The greatest period of wealth transformation is taking place. Also is going to be the greatest period of poverty that is also taking place. What a conundrum. What an irony, where mass wealth is being accumulated and at the same time is setting the stage for a level of poverty that this world would have never seen. You will choose which side you emerge on when this season is over. Many will miss crypto adoption. Many will miss crypto adoption because we came out of Pharaoh. We came out of Egypt, but Egypt has not came out of us. And because Egypt is still controlling the way we think, our expectations, our output, is that which we have repeated in Egypt, looking for the Egyptians to create a new economy, that which they have not created over 400 years. You're looking for them to create it in the crypto space. Your pharaohs are the UN, WTO, UNICEF, the World Bank, the IMF, the UN, the policy makers, the governments, the central banks. Those are your pharaohs. They are the ones that have engineered and execute the systems, because your government takes instructions. You saw the video of the hitman. The hitman tells you that he was a hitman and he was sent as a lender of money to cripple your economy, to control your economy, because those who you lend to are your controllers. And if your leaders refuse to borrow, then the hitman will come behind to take them out. That is why you had so many good leaders in Africa who refused to submit to the West economy. They were taken out because they said, no, we shall not continue to be global beggars. We can create our own economy. You see what happened to them. The crypto space is fast taken over by the big whales. The demise of Bitcoin today is affecting a lot of ordinary men and women. A coin that you could have sold for almost 70,000 last year. I'm talking about the control of the whales, because once they control it, everything will come back under the control of the Egyptians, the institutions to which I've just mentioned, because that's where it is headed. If you notice in every crypto news and in the global summit, whether the G7, G20, whether Central Bank, Global Bank, IMF, World Bank, everyone, even the Treasury Secretary of the United States, everyone is talking about stiffer regulations or regulations for stable coin. Why are they talking about regulations? They can do it because they have now taken the key from the ordinary man in the industry, and they are the ones that are now controlling it. And once they control it, they will bring it down to zero. Is it not what is happening? With all the mass adoption that is taking place in different countries that are even using Bitcoin as tender. Before they were doing it, Bitcoin reached to the highest point. Look at what is happening now. A lot of us who had sizable and recognizable asset in crypto, holding Bitcoin, we have nothing today. We have nothing to speak about. That is why the young man in Seoul that says he was in the 1%, now he's basically begging his bread. He's basically begging his bread. It's an era that if we don't wake up, it will plunge us into perpetual poverty by a click of a button. The exchanges now are the global attacks, not only from regulators, but also from hosters. Just in case a lot of you don't know, you have more servers are going out of business around the world. Crypto exchange, are going out of business around the world than coins that are going out of business. The importance here is not the coin, because without an exchange, your coin values nothing, just like the digital current, government-backed digital, and that is their aim. They realize that if they can target the exchanges, then they will cripple the industry, and that is what they're doing. The over-regulated and regulations that they're putting in place for exchange. That is why you see Binance is hopping around the globe, hopping here, hopping there, looking for a home, a friendly environment. Right now they're talking about setting up in Dubai. Dubai. That's their target now. Coinbase is a target. A lot of exchanges around the world is a target. And the host, the servers now, as if regulators is not enough for their target, but servers that you would have employed and paid for, once they realize, most of them now, that it's an exchange that you're hosting, they will suspend their server. And if they suspend their server, they suspend your exchange. So that is the fight that is happening globally as we speak. And TAC is not immune. I told you already that we have been under attack. We have been under attack. So there are a lot of exchanges that you know now. You will not see them next year. And so some of you in the forum, you don't know what is taking place because you're at a face value. You don't go too deep to understand the mystery of wickedness that is taking place in this industry. Yes, at least you understand the enemy that is within the community, and there are enemies within the community. But at the end of the day, whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Whatever you sow, you shall reap. And not only you, but your third and fourth generation. Blessings follows, equally curses follows. And so I'm saying to the global community of Tiashans, it's not all lost. We still have an opportunity to stop our wandering, because you will end up wonder after nothing. I told you, I sent you that $1 billion scam in South Africa. It happens there because they understand the mindset of the African man. The African man rush after instant gratification opportunities. They rush after shiny objects. Their philosophy on this continent is that foreign is better and white is best. And so that is the stage that has been set here. With that type of mindset, and that is what some of them want to bring into TAC, the hype, the rush, the instant gratification, the adrenaline. No, TAC is not, there's no hype here. There is no get-rich-quick scheme here in TAC. TAC should have been a way ahead of where we are today. But there's nothing new under the sun, And even though the infinite promises you milk and honey, it also comes with discipline and following instructions. All of the children of Israel were promised a land that flows with milk and honey coming out of Egypt. I said all were promised, but only 20% entered that land that flows with milk and honey. There's nothing new under the sun. And so, even all of us in TAC have an opportunity to enjoy milk and honey. Not all will enjoy, because we do not follow instructions. Simple instructions. The children of Israel saw at the leadership and the hand of Moses all the plagues that fell upon the Egyptian. The last one was their firstborn that was wiped out. And the Red Sea experience, where they were delivered by a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. They saw all that. That which rescued them, that which saved them, was also a death trap to their enemies. TAC is no different. The ark had its season as well. It was supposed to rescue the world, but only 8 persons entered. The infinite will not force you into abundance. It will not force you into abundance. He sets before you unlimited abundance. And he's saying to you, take as much as you can, as your mind can conceive. Go to the ocean. That is the season that we're in. Go to the ocean, and as much that you can draw. Some only bring a teaspoon because that's what their limitations are. A teaspoon. Some brought tablespoon. Some is coming with a pot spoon in TAC. We're talking about taco, just in case you don't understand. That is it. He set a table before you, an ocean before you, unlimited resources before you. He said, come. Come, my children that have been deprived for generation, for centuries, experiencing the financial genocide. This is your time to grab and hold. Bring what you have based on your capacity to think, because nothing happens above your ability to think and your belief. They go hands in hands. That is why he say, once you think it and you believe it, it shall be done. That's it. That's the principle. And if it is not done, it's because you're going back and forward, as James say, like the wave of the ocean. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You cannot get anything with a double mind, because you're not stable. You're on the bank this second, and you're in the river the other second. So you cannot accomplish anything in life, because you're a wandering generality. And a wandering generality cannot accomplish anything. It's just like you're doing, you're in university. This semester, you want to do agriculture. The other semester, you want to do technology. The other semester, you want to do nursing. The other semester, you want to go into education. How will you ever accomplish your studies if you go around every semester changing your mind as to your major? You will never accomplish anything. You will die in university. You will come out exactly where you started. It's the same principle in TAC. Some of you will come out exactly how you entered, because you're a wandering generality. And when things are catching up with you, you want to blame those who were a appointed to lead when you're not following instructions. The children of Israel will always be our perfect example of having the opportunity, but they have missed it. This is Chief Abundance. Good morning.